Welcome back. I'm Rain. I'm joined by Alexi, and we're going to be commenting the Phalanx versus other team match. The Phalanx have brought the Tempest, Hurricane, Caracal, Tower, and Vigil. Alexi, you want to introduce the other team?
Well, the other team this time have brought Merlin, Thrasher, Osprey, Cyclone, and Hyperion. Off-tanked battleship, but we've seen it perform incredibly well with and without Logi. Against this no Logi comp again from Phalanx, you're gonna have to. This is going to be explosive. In honesty, so much is going to happen in these first few moments, and it's going to be crucial if Phalanx want to win.
Yeah, so other team actually warped in, I believe, all at staggered ranges, whereas Phalanx warped in kind of far away. So it looks like I'm not sure if they're going to be charging in. Well, okay, so the match has started, and they are charging in, especially with their the Caracal first melee targeting that Thrasher.
But Neutronicus is Osprey trying to get reps on Lysis and Thrasher, but he's not. He's not going to be able to keep him up if that's the kind of damage that's coming in on it, and that is Lysis' Thrasher down and gone.
Lysis being witness as first blood on the field. Caracal definitely doing his role. Let's see who they pick next. I'm not sure if they're going to go for Moderator and the Merlin to kind of get that tackle off the field. If they're going to try and get the Osprey off, because obviously, as an all DPS team, you want to get the sustain from the enemy team off the field.
Indeed, and they're beginning to put some damage on the Osprey, but not much. Vigil has just gone. That was a boundary violation, trying to stay out away from the other team. Well, he's definitely going to be staying away from them now. But as we see them focus damage on that Tempest, it's tackled down by Hoodie and the Cyclone, and we're seeing the Hyperion come in on it. It's going to have a hell of a time with all that DPS.
Yeah, that Vigil going down, especially due to the boundary violation, was not good. The Vigil has the target painter, which allows obviously Phalanx to apply a little bit better on the other team's ships. So him getting volleyed off the field, but boundering off the field is not good. Obviously shows pilots have a lot to pay attention to when piloting.
It's also going to unfortunately weaken the entire composition because that Hurricane pick brings the info links. It would have been there so that Vigil, which we've seen spend entire matches just out of range, would have stronger paints. And so that Hurricane pick is going to be a bit suboptimal now, but that Tempest is down into hull. Osprey's bouncing around a bit, but that Tempest is probably going to be going down quite quickly. It's got no support and no life left.
Yeah, I was gonna say if this was a race to get this Osprey out, all he has to do is run a charges in his ASB, and then obviously, he's gonna be going down pretty quick. But the Tempest being off the field gives him a little less pressure and trying to stay alive. He does have a ton of rep bots on him as well. But now he is in now he's in a high hull. Looks like he might be running out of charges, and he's probably gonna go down pretty quickly after this. Not sure if it will be enough for Phalanx to pull back though.
That's AB Osprey, manages to mitigate a lot of damage, but that Caracal will apply to it, and that's going to have been the main source of pain for him. On the other hand, no Logi on either side now, but we've got a lot more DPS and a lot more tackle, well, any tackle left for the other team, which we've seen them use to pin down Grookshank in the Hurricane here, who they're focusing through, and he's probably going to be dropping quite quickly. Grookshank should be said third captain for the Phalanx team has stepped up this weekend to bring them through this and done an incredible job in doing so. But even with that, he's not going to keep this Hurricane alive.
Yeah, well, I mean, Phalanx actually deserves a lot of props. You take a team like the other team, literally never lost a match, and obviously they have all these dominating victories because they've lost less than a total of 10 points amongst all their matches with ships lost. Whereas have Phalanx, who has yet to win a match, but they're able to go toe-to-toe with a team like the other team and actually take down their logistics ship, take down their support, and actually give them a good fight. So even though Phalanx looks like it's probably going to lose this one, they still get mad props for showing up and bringing an awesome fight.
And they have pushed this very close. Moderator in the Merlin there. That's going to be a Caracal reload, and that's probably going to be him going down. They're trading very well, given how many ships they have left on the field.
Yeah, it looks like I think other team. Yeah, other team has lost. I think it was at 6 points. When after this whole season, I think all the most they lost has been 9 points total. So I think Phalanx is actually killing the most ships out of any other team actually going against the other team. And I don't believe a Caracal and a Tower can actually. I don't believe they have the DPS to kill a Cyclone or Hyperion by themselves. But at least they're showing up a really good fight.
Oh yeah, they went for exactly the kind of composition they needed to. The other team have done so well in previous matches, going toe-to-toe with teams, trying to go through the draft and get as even a fight as possible and then outpilot them. It's very hard to get an even fight against a no logistics team. You just cannot know what's going to happen. And this has probably been one of the fights that scared the most in this season, and all credit to Phalanx for bringing it, and they're probably not going to be winning it at this point.
Yeah, Dr. Natasha and the Caracals actually was initially burning away from this cyclone piloted by Hoodie Mafia, the other team captain. And he was doing pretty well until he got a grappler on him, and I'm pretty sure he probably ran out of the cap at some point, if not burned out his MWD. But now he is caught by the cyclone and will be going down rather quickly.
Yeah, we've seen that Cyclone get some really key tackles. Hoodie's been really good at getting the application they need on the targets they needed on. That Caracal, they've always got a fixed lifetime in matches. It's been said all through the season. That's it going down.
Yeah,
Talwar, however, is unlikely to be caught. It's incredibly fast, especially compared to these big ships.
yeah, we see flight of acolytes going on him, but obviously these towers have been used in the past to easily kill drones. They're able to apply pretty well to small bots, so I don't think, even though he does have bots on him for DPS, he should be able to kill them if he so chooses.
And we see those bots trying to chase him around. Talwar's fast enough, he's actually going to be challenging them for speed, and you'll keep seeing them drop off and try and catch back up. Potentially they can try and get zones with that Hyperion, with that Cyclone, but neither have any projection. They're going to be throwing those drones out, potentially. This is brilliant. We see Hoodie Mafia and Cyclone running over to a set of Phalanx drones, potentially, to try and pick those up. He's going to be relaunching them as his own and sending them after the tower because he doesn't have an aggressive light drone set left to go aggressive with.
Yeah, and as predicted, this tower is actually giving the other team a run for their money. It's shooting off. He has three acolytes left on him. He shot and killed two of them, and he is not letting them get close. He is just burning around the arena, giving them, I guess, a run for their money. I would kind of want Benny Hill music just to play along with this.
Indeed, well, so classic for that Talwar, actually. So much damage mitigation in such a small parcel, but we see all of these drones that they've managed to collect together, and they really have been scavenging these off the field, are going after it. And low on shields, it's probably going to be the last run this Talwar gets. Acolytes especially going to be laying into it quite heavily.
Yeah, and we're watching Keelan Darklight shooting from the Hyperion. It doesn't look like he's hitting the tower too well. It's probably all misses. But at least, I mean, I think it's a good effort to at least try, and I think Hoodie Mafia and the Cyclone going for him again. This little tower. I believe he can win. Even though he doesn't have a ship skin, I still believe he can do it. He can survive for the last 2 minutes.
It's demonstration actually why we've seen the Talwar picked so often this season. I believe it still holds the title as the most picked ship this season. It just mitigates damage. It can always do something, and it can keep it can keep itself safe so brilliantly compared to a lot of other ships.
Yeah, the Talwar pairs really well with the Caracal, especially with all DPS setups, because obviously you want high alpha, like ships that are able to shoot from far away, kind of avoid the risk of, having no logi, of getting caught and shot. So the Talwar and the Caracal do really, really well, and we saw that earlier with the Osprey going down, as well as the Thrasher and the Merlin.
Exactly. Lightning Sauceman, but he's broken into armor, and this is probably going to be it for him, unfortunately. He only had about a minute and a half to go, and that's him down.
Yeah, saw a speed drop, and the Cyclone got on him just at the end. And with that, we'll send it back to Apothene and CCP Antiquarian in the studio.